greet you in the nation's greeting words of peace and Assalamu alaikum. Please bring Supreme Minister Tony Muhammad to the
That's right.
Y'all can do better than that.
Walaikum salam, sir.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. To that one who is the creator of all things, and to him who is the revealer of all great and sacred truth. Dear brothers and sisters, we have to thank Almighty God, Allah, that one who has created this entire universe.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We thank him over and over again for his magnificent and beautiful creation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We thank Almighty God, Allah, for all of the great prophets and servants who have come in a mighty line of divine. We have to thank him for Abraham. We thank him for Moses.
Yes, sir.
We thank him for that perfect reflection of God being in a human being. That man is Jesus Christ.
Yes, sir.
We thank him for Muhammad. We thank him for that great revealed word that came to Muhammad. That great religion called Islam.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
A religion that our oppressors wanted to make sure that whatever you do to the Negro, don't allow him two things.
That's right.
Don't allow them to study their history, or do not allow them to go back into the religions that we caught hell breaking them from.
Yes, sir.
So we thank Almighty God, Allah, for these great and worthy servants of his. But today, before we enter into a new year,
Come on, Brother Rich.
I wanted to bring to Los Angeles and to those listening throughout the country some good news.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Some good news to the black, to the brown, and to the red community. I wanted to bring you some good news that God has not forsaken us.
That's
Come on,
right.
Brother Rich.
I want to bring some good news to the black community that we are taught from the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
That both the Bible and Quran deals with our sojourn right here in America.
Come on, make it plain, Brother Minister.
I came to bring you some good news.
Yes,
Pray,
Go ahead,
pray.
go ahead.
Come on, sir.
That the Bible, we believe, 70% of what you read in the Bible is not just history.
Come on, come on.
It is also prophecy to be fulfilled.
Yes,
Come on,
sir.
come on. Open it up, brother.
And we know that when our oppressors, when the European got a hold of religious texts, that they changed some of the writings.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
they did.
But God was so wise, he knew that the enemy would get a hold of some of his divine writings and that they would alter it. But God is so powerful, he could stay the hands of the enemy,
Yes, sir.
even in them alterations of his writings.
Say that.
We believe that from Genesis to Revelation, the black plight is in these books.
Yes,
Yes,
right.
sir.
I came to bring you some good news.
Yes, sir.
Jesus said it like this. Jesus saw this time happening, and he said to his disciples, it's expedient that I go away.
Come on now.
For if I go not away, he, the Comforter, cannot come.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Then Jesus turned around and said to his disciples, and when he come, the Spirit of truth, he will guide you into all truth and bring all things back.
Come on.
Back to what? your remembrance.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is it that black people need to be turned back to that we have forgotten?
Come on,
Good question.
remind us, brother.
What has been stripped of us that we now need to get reacquainted with? I think these writings of this great and worthy servant Jesus, for he said to his disciples that as lightning shine from the east, even unto the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be.
Yes, sir.
I'm here to tell you that a man came, brothers and
Yes,
sisters.
sir. Come on, bring it, brother minister.
Come on. Come on.
A man came from the east. He introduced himself to us as Master Farrakhan Muhammad.
Yes, sir. Come on
A
now.
man born to deliver us. A man born to redeem the black people who was brought here and buried in the holes of America in a grave called ignorance.
Come on.
I thank God for appearing to us in the person of Master Farrakhan Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
Where in Detroit, Michigan, he found a Georgia-born black man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
By the name of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Fulfilling that part of scripture in the book of Deuteronomy, when God talking to Moses told Moses that there's going to be a man like you in the future.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And in order for there to be a man like Moses, there need to be a people in the condition of the children of Israel in Egypt.
Go ahead.
That's right.
Here we are.
Yes, sir.
Come on now.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
In the book of Deuteronomy, God said to Moses, but when I find them,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm going to raise one from among them.
Come on.
And he's going to be like you.
That's right.
See, Moses grew up under Pharaoh.
That's right.
This is the truth.
Moses, according to the Bible and the Quran, did not have a formal education.
No, sir. Go ahead.
The Bible said that Moses spoke with a stammering tongue.
Think of that.
The Quran said he had a knot in his tongue, meaning that he could not grammatically speak the king's English or language right.
Go ahead.
Likewise, that Elijah
Go ahead.
Muhammad.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad only had a 4th grade education.
Come on.
Think
Come on
about
And
now.
sometimes he may have split his verb.
Come on.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
But God said, I'm going to take the foolish things of
Come on.
Come on.
to confound the wise.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
See, you can give credit to the white man if he produced your leader.
Come on.
That's right.
And he comes out of Harvard, or he
Right.
comes out of Yale,
Come on,
or even
come
if
on.
he comes out of Morehouse.
Come on.
Come on.
Morehouse don't make leaders.
Go ahead.
Come on, brother. Say that.
Teach on that.
Morehouse make Morehouse Negroes.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's good.
For the oppressor,
Go ahead.
of which some of them end up doing good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, but that Elijah.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Elijah Muhammad for us also fulfills that part of scripture where it reads, how is this man lettered and not learned?
Come on. Come on.
Who taught him?
Come on.
Good question.
And when I find them, I'm going to raise one from among them. Oh, I thank Master Farrakhan Muhammad
Yes, sir.
for raising the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You too should be happy.
Yes,
Come
sir.
on.
Sure.
You mean to tell me God saw the black man?
Come on.
Come on.
God saw the brown man?
Come on.
God saw the Native Americans coming into bondage under European?
Come on,
yes,
brother.
he did.
Yes, sir.
Is it written in the Bible? Yes, it is.
Come
on, sir.
Is it written in the Quran? Yes, it is.
Come on,
Sir.
brother minister.
It's in metaphors. It's in coded languages. This is why I thank God
Yes, sir.
for raising up the Honorable Elijah Muhammad
Come on.
and gave him supreme wisdom.
Go
That's
ahead.
right.
Go ahead.
He gave the Honorable Elijah Muhammad all the keys to understanding the Bible and the Quran.
That's right.
Go ahead. Go
Come on.
ahead.
What a
That man, Elijah Muhammad,
What a
is
man.
able to lift the stories of the Bible and superimpose it over America and get a perfect fit.
Come
right.
on. Come on.
Come
You
on.
teach it.
I thank Allah,
Yes, sir.
and you should too.
Yes, sir.
You should be happy
Yes, sir.
That God has done for us what he has done for others who was oppressed. What is that, Brother Tony? Here is God's way, brothers and sisters. Anytime a people is oppressed,
Go ahead.
God always go to that oppressed people, and from their oppression, he raises one for that people.
Right. Yes, sir.
He did that for us in the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Made him so wise. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad went back to a junk pile made by Caucasian people called Negroes and niggers.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad being the first begotten of those who was put to death spiritually.
Come on,
put to death
man.
mentally.
Yes, sir.
He was the first begotten of them.
Go ahead.
And then he turned around and went back to the junk pile, a little short Georgia-born black man with the Spirit of God.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I thank God for this man.
Go ahead.
And you should too.
Yes, sir.
And he started teaching us a knowledge of self. He started teaching us the knowledge of God.
Go ahead.
He started teaching us the knowledge of a devil, not no spook God.
Go ahead.
But a true and living God.
That's right.
He
Come on.
pulled the scales of lies perpetrated and downloaded into us
Yes,
by
sir.
our oppressors.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, that Elijah Muhammad.
Teach on Elijah.
Elijah Muhammad was so wise and so full of the Spirit of God that he could impregnate the minds of many.
Yes, sir.
And from that wisdom, he could grow a man
Come on.
up into himself.
Go ahead. Go
And
ahead.
this is why he said, I cracked Farrakhan.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
For he knew that that man, Farrakhan, would be a foundational stone by which he could lay the wisdom and the responsibility of the nation of the resurrection of black people.
Go ahead.
So for unto us,
Come on.
a child was born.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
For unto us, a son was given.
Yes, sir.
And that man, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, pointed to the honorable minister who was Farrakhan.
Come on. Teach. Teach.
And he said, wherever you see him, look at him.
Come on. That's right.
Not worship.
Right.
No, sir.
Wherever he say go, go.
Mm.
And wherever he say stay from,
Stay from. Yes, sir.
For he will get you there cross on his shoulder. And when he do it, he will not say, look at what I have done.
Come on now.
That man, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, is the greatest example of
Yes,
how
sir.
to represent another man. That man, Farrakhan, he never deviates from putting the
Never.
two that backs him up.
Never.
He said, there's two backing me, and he used it as a dare and a threat to the wicked of this world.
Go ahead.
He said, if I am not backed by God and his Christ,
Go ahead.
come after me.
Yes.
He used it as a dare. He boasts in Master Farrakhan.
Come on.
Yes,
He
sir.
boasts in the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And we know that the two that backs him is alive and well.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Elijah Muhammad is not dead.
No, sir. Come on now. Say it again. Go ahead.
If they understood, make them understand.
There's two backing him.
Right.
And I thank Allah that they are. This man, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, in my humble opinion, is walking in the perfect footsteps of Jesus himself.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You can look at Minister Farrakhan and his ministry and go back and look at Jesus.
Come on. Come on.
Yes, sir.
You'll say, my God, there's some similarity.
That's right.
Sure.
You can look at Minister Farrakhan and his ministry and look at Moses and say, my God, there's some similarity.
Yes, sir.
You can look at Minister Farrakhan and go read about Paul and say, my God,
Come on.
there's some similarity.
now.
They can play.
You can look at Minister Farrakhan and look at Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad, and
Come
say,
on.
my God,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
there's
sir.
some similarity.
Yes, sir.
You can look at Minister Farrakhan and look at Elijah Muhammad and say, my God,
Yes, sir.
we one and the same.
Go ahead.
There you go. Make it
So
play.
in their holy and righteous name,
Yes, sir.
I greet you all today in the greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, sir.
How y'all feeling today?
Fine, sir.
All praises are due to Allah. Feeling fine myself. I want to thank the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan for once again
Yes, sir.
allowing me to be of some help and service to him
Yes, sir.
and our great nation.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank him for loving me and us
Come on.
enough. The love of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is unmeasurable.
That's right. Come on.
How do you waste such a love?
Come on now.
Good question.
A man who have been sent to raise a dead people. A man who have been sent to undo the greatest atrocity ever perpetrated on the people.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Come on now.
Here's a man who is sent to love a people who hate themselves so much
Come on.
that we have been turned inside out, upside down. We don't trust nothing. In fact, anyone who come to help us, we take the word help as hurt.
Go ahead. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Wow.
Here's a man who have to love black people, brown people, Native American people more than they hate themselves. What a man.
What a man. Go ahead.
My God.
I thank Allah for
Yes,
him.
sir.
I thank him for having the wisdom and the love and the skill that when you come into his presence, he's able to look past your faults. Right.
Go ahead.
He
Go
cares
ahead.
nothing about that.
Come on.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
He's not like us, a pseudo-Negro or a half-baked Muslim.
Come on. Come on, man.
Who ain't all the way with God
Go
yet.
ahead.
We still kind of straddling.
Yes, sir. Sure step.
Come on now.
Some of us is 50% Negro. Some
Right.
of us is 30% Negro and Muslim.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Come on.
We a remix.
Yes, sir.
Touch and move.
We ain't all the way there yet.
Yes, sir.
I said we. I said we.
Yes, sir.
Listen, don't take it personal.
Yes, sir.
We ain't all the way where he is, but if we keep following him, we'll get there.
That's
Another side.
See? He's able to, when you come in his presence, he's not looking at you based on your circumstance. He's looking at you based on your nature. Come on.
Go ahead.
Based on what he knows is buried under the lies, under the pain, under the oppression.
Go ahead.
He's able to drill down and get to you.
Go ahead.
sir.
Reach out.
He knows how to navigate through your niggerdom. It's a beautiful.
Come on, you teaching. You teaching.
That's a Cat Williams terminology. Cat Williams dictionary definition. We suffer from self-hatred.
Yes, sir.
And we have believed the lie for over 400 years.
Think of that.
The lies that have been told to us are so indelible in our spirit, in our hearts, and our minds that it has developed a cell.
Come on.
And we
See?
pass that down from generation. It's a lie.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
It develops a cell.
Come on.
And it is passed down our ancestral fears, our ancestral pain, the lies that they believe.
Go ahead.
It's passed down. So when the truth comes, it looks like a lie.
Go ahead.
Speak on that.
My God.
That man, Farrakhan, when you come into his presence, he know how to navigate through all your self-hatred.
Come on. Yes, you do.
Praises be to Allah.
He sees you wanting to beat yourself down, and he takes the stick out of your hand. And he asks the question, are you self-created?
Come on.
Come on. Go ahead. Get your moves.
Man.
No, sir. Then if you're not self-created, you then are not qualified to beat yourself down the way you
Go ahead.
Come on. That's right, God. That's
You
right.
think God didn't? I mean, he has a way of speaking to you and lifting you and bringing you closer to God himself.
My God.
Think of that.
Thank you, Brother Farrakhan.
Yes, sir.
The world is mad at a man like Farrakhan Farrakhan for taking brothers like me, ex-nigga.
Come on.
Oh, I'm the only one that was there.
No, sir. No, sir.
I have to thank Brother Farrakhan for pulling me out of the den of wanting to be pimp-like.
Go ahead.
I have to thank Minister Farrakhan for taking the drugs out of my hand because I had become a missile used by the enemy to
Go ahead.
harm my own community.
Teach.
Thank you. Thank you, Brother Farrakhan, for taking the white man's name from me.
Go ahead.
The
Yes.
man going around taking names. He knows who to heal and who to blame.
Go ahead.
Thank you for taking that cracker name. Giving me the name Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
Yet lived up to, but I'm on my way.
Go ahead. Good teaching. Good teaching.
That's why you mad at Brother Farrakhan. You mad at him because the self-destruction that you put in black people, God raised him.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What a man.
This world of white supremacy is comfortable when we have the spirit of bigotism.
That's right.
That's right. Come on, man.
They're comfortable when we are killing each other, when we are fighting each other, when we are robbing
Come
each
on.
other. They don't say nothing.
Think about it.
Oh, but when that man Farrakhan
What a man.
defends us,
That's right.
Farrakhan, who like Jesus was called to get Lazarus up out of his grave.
Go ahead.
Farrakhan has made such a
That's it. Come on.
Thank you, Brother Farrakhan, for saving a nigga like me.
Yes, sir.
Here's what you do.
I did not know how to treat women
Go ahead. Go ahead.
until I became a Muslim.
Teach.
That's true.
Come on, man.
Thank you, Brother Farrakhan, for showing me that the black woman is not a thing, she's a queen.
Right. Go ahead.
Thank you, Brother Farrakhan, for telling me, be careful how you handle black women. Or
Yes.
women in general. They are the second self of God.
Yes.
Good God, I never heard that in my day.
Come on, B. Yes, sir.
So now my pimp-like tendencies have come in check.
Come on. Speak to
Some of you
God.
may say, well, when did that happen? Over time.
Right. All praise be to Allah.
It's a process. Then I ain't gonna lie, it didn't happen overnight.
One step at a
Every
time.
now
Come
and
on.
then the pimp try to come up.
Hey, brother.
And I have to murder the devil.
That's right.
Yes.
That's all it is. It's a devil. Why does Muhammad and any Muslim murder the devil?
100%.
Thank you, Brother Farrakhan. Thank you for saving a wretch like me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I once was lost. Once was blind. But I'm fine.
Go ahead, bro.
Farrakhan is removing the scale off of my eyes.
Come on.
Causing me to see things better.
Right.
To see with more depth.
Right.
To see with more wit.
Come on.
Come on.
Huh? He's helping me to walk in the perfect footsteps of Christ too.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Speak to the metaphysics.
He said, line up with me, brother, and don't fall out of rank. Just stay behind me.
Stay behind the leader.
Don't lean out to be seen. Now you get
Go
hit
ahead.
upside
Go
the
ahead.
head.
Come on. Come on.
That's right.
I mean, thank you, Minister Bright. He's taking blows for the black community.
Yes.
And what do we look like watching him being attacked and we say nothing?
Come on.
Speak of that.
Looking good. Thank you, Brother Farrakhan.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, brother minister.
Thank you for having the Spirit of God and taking all the attacks. I mean, it's like Minister Farrakhan is in between the wicked demons and the black community.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, he's like a Superman. His cape is the teachings of the honorable life.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
He's able to take that supreme wisdom like a blanket
Go
and
ahead.
put it over us while he's fighting the devil with a
Come
knife.
on.
Go ahead, sir.
Beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Farrakhan, that I could give up the false superheroes and get a real.
That's
Go
right.
ahead. Yes.
I used to figment of my imagination.
Right.
The web that he spins is the web that makes you a Negro.
That's right.
Come on.
That's real.
Teach on that spike. Come on.
I thought Superman was a hero until I met Farrakhan.
Go ahead.
Think of that.
Superman can't be a hero. He can't handle kryptonite.
Go ahead.
Oh, that Farrakhan, I don't care what you throw at him.
Tell.
He's standing on such an invincible truth. Come on. Huh?
Yes, sir.
With the two that's backing him.
Come on, come on.
He is a mighty force.
Yes, sir.
He comes with the hammer of truth.
Go ahead.
And he beats back the enemy while he's working on us
Come on.
Teach.
to heal our sin-sick soul.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you, Brother Farrakhan.
Yes, sir.
Brothers and sisters, I want to thank the student ministers who opened up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, thank you, Student Minister Merlin and Student Minister Sister Anissa. Thank you for your spirit. Thank you for your service. You know, I just wanted to say that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank the student laborers who labor in this vineyard with us here in this wicked city called Los Angeles.
Man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What a job.
I mean, it is a wicked city.
Yes, sir.
Los Angeles.
Make no mistake.
Definitely want to thank them. Brothers and sisters, I was blessed before I go any further. Last couple of days ago, I got a back call. And I was told, get to Phoenix immediately.
Yes, sir.
And I was blessed to be with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan for
Yes,
about
sir.
3 hours.
Yes,
Praise
sir.
Praise
the Lord.
On yesterday, he filled my soul.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
My cup.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I don't worship Brother Farrakhan.
No, sir. No, sir.
You know, you may mistake. I see
Come on. Come on.
black people, Negroes.
Come on.
Right.
We're in such a position and condition. We have never truly witnessed black men loving each other.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's right. Think on that. That's true.
See, falsely, we have loved our oppressor.
Right.
Ask us about Santa Claus.
Every day.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Come on.
Yes, sir.
Ask
Come on.
us about the false Jesus that they present to us.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
How many of us all day are always trying to impress white folks?
Come on now.
All day.
Come on now.
If they pat you on the head, you can brag that you got a white friend.
Come on, man. Yes, sir.
Many of us never had a daddy. It started when the government broke up our family.
Teach.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
So here, the black community is fatherless.
Sir.
And every day there's negative talk about black men.
Go ahead. Every day.
Where you look.
People are talking about our symptoms, but they're not talking about who caused it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
They're looking at us dis-ease.
That's right. Uh-oh. Break that down.
Huh? But who gave us the disease?
Go ahead.
Dizzy.
Teach.
Were we always like this, brother?
No, sir.
No. They knew what they was doing under Roosevelt when welfare came in.
Right.
Welfare turned around backwards mean farewell.
Go ahead.
There.
That's right.
No black man could be in the house and receive, and that mother received government assistance. Oh, you dirty demon.
Yes, sir. That's deep. That's devil work.
Let me plug up. Because we get ready. Y'all ready for class?
Yes, sir.
I hope so.
Yes, sir.
So I thank Almighty God, Allah, for giving us this supreme wisdom and our supreme leader.
Yes, sir. Sure.
And I want to thank him
Thank you, gentlemen.
for the guidance. And so, brother, I brought you here to thank you for your defense.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir.
You know, you hear all kind of crap sometimes from people.
Yes,
Go ahead.
sir.
Go ahead.
That's all it is, too, crap.
You know, I thank God for that man.
Yes, sir.
He said, brother, you are helping to unmask Satan.
That's right.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
They're wicked.
Stay right there. Unmask.
Yes, sir.
Because the enemy has to know that all of us are now Farrakhan.
Go ahead.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
When you come after him, you might well come after all of us.
Come on
That's
now.
right.
Unless some of you escape.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No time for
You scared to put on your bow tie now.
Come on.
Right.
Come on.
You scared to wear your headpiece. You should wear it now. Boldly.
Go ahead.
That's right.
Got you back.
Yes, sir.
You can't hide nowhere. They know who you is.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. They know who you is.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Correct.
Right?
Yes, sir.
What you gonna tell them? You were just playing?
No time for play.
He gonna kill you anyway.
That's right.
Right.
So you might as well go out like a warrior.
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
You might as well go out throwing haymakers.
That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
That's right.
3 or 4.
Don't worry about how to fight. Just do like the sisters. Just helicopter.
Keep the hall off.
He said, stay right there.
Yes, sir. On the path.
Continue to unmask Satan.
Yes, sir.
Then when you go back, please give to the beautiful believers and the community the greetings from me. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, sir. Please return the greetings to the Honorable Minister of Farrakhan, sir.
Sir, we shall.
Thank you, sir.
I want to thank him, Brother Farrakhan, for your guidance. I ain't know the minister was listening.
Yes, sir.
But beautiful guidance.
Yes, sir.
You can't get no better guidance
Come on now.
than from the Honorable Minister Lewis.
Come on.
That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
What
He
blessing.
is a tried and tested stone.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
No question.
Yes, he is.
No question.
He is that stone that, be careful,
Reject.
you don't even want to stumble on that stone.
No,
Sir.
sir.
Come on.
I mean, God, man, I'm talking about, see, what I love about the minister, when I sat with him, he pointed me to the God that empowered him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Think about it. Think about
He
it.
said, and that same God will empower you,
Yes,
brother.
sir.
Yes, sir. You go.
Just keep unmasking Satan.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
And he thanked me. And I was shook up.
Yes, sir.
Because I didn't know what the meeting was about. I went over there like the Tin Man in the Wizard of Oz.
Yes,
I was clinking and clanking.
Yes, sir.
I knew I said some things the week before.
Yes, sir.
You know, I have to watch my language.
Yes, sir.
So, thank you, Brother Farrakhan.
Yes, sir.
Now, brothers and sisters, today, what's so beautiful about the Nation of Islam?
Come on, bring it, brother.
And I want to say this to the black community.
Come on.
Yes, sir. Wake us up.
You all know us.
Right.
That's right.
We have been with you. What?
80 years?
80 plus years.
Since it all about.
Almost 90.
Almost 89 years.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. 89.
We have not deviated
No, sir.
No,
from
sir.
our love of you.
That's
Sir,
right.
it's true.
We are the vanguard
Come
Come
on.
on. Come on.
of the black community.
Come on.
Yes,
That's right.
sir.
It's on the
Yes,
rank.
sir.
We have stood at the edge of the hood to beat back the wiles of Satan.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
We have been hurling truth and falsehood for 88 years, and we've never deviated from our love of you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Not once.
We have taken your, we've taken a lot of abuse.
Yes, sir.
That's how we're trained.
Go ahead.
Don't blame them, brother, for the position and the condition they're in.
Right.
When we're out selling the paper or pie, you make mockery of us.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And we sit there and take it and just say, thank you, my brother.
All kinds.
We knock on your door, sister, and we step back and we say, how you doing, my sister? And you say, nigga, don't call me no sister.
That's right.
Wow.
We just have to bow.
Facts.
Yes, sir.
Facts.
Make them
Come on.
understand.
Yes, ma'am. Don't call me ma'am. I ain't no old lady.
That's right.
That's right.
You try sometimes.
Yes, sir.
We are trained, brother. If you can't love black people more than they hate themselves, you can't be in the nation.
Go ahead.
That's true.
Jeez. My God.
That's right.
The nation of Islam was established by God himself, Master Farrakhan Muhammad.
That's
It is our spiritual and mental house.
Yes, sir. Come on.
I have been a patient in the hospital of the Nation of Islam for 33 years.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead. What a picture. Go ahead.
My IV is in both arms.
Both.
Yes,
Yes,
sir. Go ahead,
sir.
brother.
And you have to continue to grow your love for black people because their hatred for themselves will try your love.
Man, come on now.
And if you're not careful, it'll erode it away.
Come on. Influences.
Then there's another love you have to have for the members inside of the nation.
Come on. Teach.
Oh, that's deep
Yes,
there.
sir.
That's deep there.
Perfectly.
Yeah, that is.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But that's where some of our problems are.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Wow, they got quiet.
You gotta hear more.
Yes, sir. Wake us up.
Go ahead.
Inside of the nation of Islam,
Yes, sir.
it's three types
Mm.
or three groups of people.
Yes,
Come
sir.
on now.
You go ahead.
There's a group called the foremost.
Yes, sir.
There's a group called the believers.
Come on. Uh-oh.
There's a group called weak believers.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and then there's a group
Come on. Come
called
on.
hypocrites.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
That's the word.
Then there's another group called FBI agents.
Yes, sir.
Now we done found out it's a sixth group
Go ahead.
sent in by the ADL.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. They own it.
Remember, the ADL admitted
Yes,
that
sir.
during the times of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they paid black people to come into the Nation of Islam to commit crime,
That's right.
It's true.
so that they can blame it on the whole nation.
Facts. All facts.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See? Now you are in a hospital with all of these diseases running around.
Man, come on now.
Oh. And some of us in the nation makes the mistake of thinking I got enough medicine, so we unplug the IV.
Teach.
Yeah.
Come on now. You teaching.
Wow.
What does unplugging mean? I don't need to study.
Gee.
Come on.
What is unplugging? I don't need that class. I keep hearing the same thing. Well, you the same Negro.
Yes. Go ahead.
You don't learn something by coming to one class
Right.
and attempting to remember. Remembering is not learning.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You can learn how to recite the supreme wisdom and recite it perfectly. Reciting is not knowing it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
But reciting is the greatest manifestation for it to sink in.
Right. Repetition. Go ahead.
Well, what is the greatest manifestations of learning? Going over something a number of times.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Once you go over it a number of times, it gives you certainty.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Then the first application of what you learn is to apply it to yourself.
Go ahead. Teach.
Some of us are stooped in self-righteousness, and then we get in the nation and we want to look out.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Fix.
You teaching. You teaching.
Who in here ain't right? The one that's asking the question.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
See, you got an inner turmoil demon going around, and he's looking for a partner.
Yes,
See,
sir.
when God purifies you of all your demons, you don't even look for the bad in people.
Go ahead.
Because there's no more bad in you.
Right. Don't even matter. Go ahead.
Louis Farrakhan told me on yesterday, he said, yeah, brother, there's an outer demon always trying to sift you and find the weaker part of you because I'm looking for an agreement.
Go ahead.
Teach.
Who else in here think the mosque ain't right? See, two devils getting together.
Yes, sir.
Teach. Wow.
Instead of getting in here saying what's right about what's
Yes,
right.
sir.
I
Right.
get where we should go, but let me lead, just keep leaning on what's good.
Come on. Come on.
But know that the spirit of Columbus has been put in us.
That's right. Come
And
on.
Columbus was a half original man.
That's right.
And we allowed him to discover the poor part.
Come on. Come on.
Stop being that kind of discoverer.
Go ahead.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Wow. Teach.
Just wanted to give a little medicine.
Yes, sir.
You know, the minister said, brother, always take about 12 to 17 minutes teaching the believer, but teach on hypocrisy
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
and the hypocrite.
Thank you, sir.
See? So the FBI agents, the beauty of the FBI agent, he know all the groups.
Come on. Come on.
Or she.
Come
Some
on.
of the FBI agents are she's too.
Yes, sir.
Teach.
The FBI agent that's been sitting in the nation, they got a list of who's who. They the real Santa Claus. They already know in the nation who's been naughty and nice.
Come on. Come on.
They got a list. They know what brothers don't like each other.
Right. Come on.
They know what sisters don't like each other. Why? How do they know that?
Come on.
We talk too damn much.
Right.
Yes, sir.
We on Facebook, Instagram.
Come on.
Giving
Come on.
all our business.
Yes,
out.
sir.
What member of the Nation of Islam? Why would you be on Facebook talking about what your husband did?
Wow.
Think about that. Think
Good
about
question. Go ahead.
That's what they looking for.
Really?
Huh.
You didn't go to God.
Come on.
Man.
That part.
See? That's where you messed up. Go ahead.
Every member of the Nation of Islam should be talking about how beautiful the nation
Yes.
is, even in the condition it's in.
That's right.
Brother, it's beautiful up in here.
That's right.
See? Is there some problems? Yeah, but who the hell looking for?
That's right. Our business.
If God sent me into a group and I see something wrong, that means I'm the one that's supposed to fix that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Check it.
If he sent me in and I have the ability to paint and I see the building need painting,
Go ahead.
I gotta wait on nobody to ask me.
Go ahead.
I just start painting.
Go ahead.
Everybody else look and see the building need to be painted.
Teach.
What do I look like walking by some papers and see, look at them? No, I cover down and pick it up.
Right.
Yes, sir. Teach. Teach.
Why would I point at a sister garment and talk about the ink spot or the stain I see? Why don't I get something to put over the ink spot and cover down a little?
Right. Come on now. You teaching.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Teach you good. Teach you good.
I thank you, Allah. I thank you for coming to the broken heart.
Yes, sir.
I thank you for coming to a foolish people, putting us into a group
Come on,
that
come
we
on.
can get rid of our demon.
Come
Go
on,
ahead.
brother.
Go ahead.
Thank you for trying me with my brother, Allah.
Right.
Come on.
Allah says these words, how can you love me whom you've never seen
Come on.
and hate your brother and sister you see every day?
Yes, sir.
You ain't ready for me to enter into your life.
That's
Right.
We would take God for granted if he was here all day. That's right.
Come on now.
That's right.
Think about that.
Man.
We'll look for something wrong with him after a while.
Yes, sir.
Man, that food in his teeth. God.
Yes, sir. Great.
I close. There's no other black organization
None.
that is hated by the wicked Caucasians of this world than the Nation of Islam.
That's
Right. Number one.
You think the White House, you think the FBI, you think the Secret Service, You think they just gonna let us get our people up, unite our people, and not try to fight us?
Right. Think about it. Think about it.
The FBI agents that in the mosque, they know the ones of us that's lean towards criminality.
Go ahead.
We're
Go
gonna
ahead.
take you all the way there.
That's right. Open every door.
Teach.
Open every door.
They saw your text message. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said to me, brother, the FBI, this government is so afraid of the nation that they will pay an FBI agent and put them on every follower.
Every father. Wow.
So those of you who think you're insignificant, you're more significant than some of us that are out front.
Think about it.
Behind the scenes.
Yes, sir.
Because those of us that are out front, we're in the spotlight. You are in the darkness, and you can do more damage with your germatic or your germ-like spirit.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because you can do yours in hiding by going and get with other believers to talk about your dissatisfaction or what you don't like about
Go ahead. Termites. Teach. Come on now.
Wow.
You teaching?
Oh,
Yes, sir.
you spirit breakers.
Yes, sir.
No, and look, you may be in some legitimate pain.
Right. Yes, sir.
But why go talk to somebody about your toothache that can't do nothing about it?
Right.
You got a toothache, go to the dentist. What the hell you want me to do?
Smart. That's intelligent.
Yes, sir.
So my subject today is, am I clear?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna leave us alone. They hate the Nation of Islam.
Yes, sir.
No reason.
Yes, sir.
This enemy, brother and sister, we're the last man standing.
Last man.
Do you know this government is saying if we can get rid of the Nation of Islam, black people will be perpetually our slaves.
That's
Wow.
right. That's what they say too.
I'm so glad God raised me to be in this fight.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I want to go down in history of being on the team of Nat Turner.
Go ahead.
I ain't got to be Nat. I just want to be on the team. I want to be on one of the. I want to be, when it's told about me, he was one of them that was shooting.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's a soldier.
Oh, Allah, I want to have the spirit of Harriet Tubman.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Give me the spirit of soldier of truth. They
sir.
fought for us at a time when it wasn't comfortable for the other Negroes.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Somebody got to pay a price.
That's right.
Come on. That's what they
Teach.
do. That's what they do, brother.
Every member of the Nation of Islam, whether you was sent in by the enemy of God himself, you were written in the history book to be in that number.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Think of that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, God.
Yes, sir.
So to black people, to the brown man,
Yes, sir.
to the red man,
Reach out, brothers.
I'm begging you, please don't let ABC,
Come on. Come on.
Come on.
CBS,
All them out.
That's right.
NBC,
Come on.
CNN,
Come on.
don't you let nobody tell you about the nation.
That's right.
Yes.
Don't you let nobody convince you of some misgiving about Minister Farrakhan.
Yes.
That's right.
They hate him because he's waking up the spirit that's in black people, that I'm getting ready to show you why.
Come on,
Yeah.
brother minister.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Bust it open.
By Allah,
Yes, sir. Bust it open, brother minister.
the Nation of Islam have stars in it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like yourself.
I thank Allah that in the Nation of Islam, he's pulled in the spirit of people like our student minister, Brother Demetric Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
Our brother wrote a defense. You should read it.
Yes, sir.
He wrote a defense defending the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Oh, by the way, we're about to go into a new year.
Yes, sir.
That's what they say.
Uh-oh. 2019.
I ain't gonna say happy.
Come on.
We don't know if it's going to be happening.
Come on.
Right.
Go to 19.
The way Trump is going,
You don't care.
but the righteous.
That's right.
Go ahead, go
That's
ahead.
right. That's right.
But my prayer is that 2019 be a more powerful spiritual and mental year for the righteous.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
My prayer is that I could be a better servant in 2019 than I was in 2018. Thank you, Allah, for getting me up until this point, because there's a lot of people ain't gonna see 2019.
No, sir.
ahead.
I haven't seen it. That's right.
In fact, I ain't going into it, but we don't know whether it's 2019 or not.
Right.
Think of that.
Right.
Uh-oh.
That's right.
Because in the Gregorian calendar, there's 33 years of untold history in calendar time.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
That's
Go
right.
ahead, go ahead.
I don't want to confuse you no more in what you do.
Wake us up.
Our subject today, can I get rid of this mic? Yes, sir. Our subject today comes from our dear brother, Brother Demetrius Muhammad. You know, in the book of Revelation, in the book of what?
Revelation.
There's a metaphor of a dragon standing before a woman. See, metaphor
Yes, sir.
has powerful meanings. And in that dragon's mouth, it had a floodgate.
Yes, sir.
And the scriptures say, and the dragon stood before the woman who was pregnant.
My God.
And the dragon wanted to devour or murder the child before it's even born. But the dragon saw that God protected the woman.
Come on.
So the dragon opened up its mouth and a floodgate went out, hoping to carry the woman and her child away.
Come on.
That's what this government is trying to do to the nation.
That's right. Go ahead, go ahead.
That dragon now, brothers and sisters, is the great Jewish satanic forces.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all still on Jews.
That's right.
We ain't getting off. You
Go ahead.
I'm not talking about the good Jews. There are some beautiful good Jews who are trying to live according to Moses' law, but there's a satanic faction
Go ahead.
within their group
Yeah. Yes,
that
sir.
is wicked as hell.
Come on.
Hey,
Teach it
oh.
on
And that they are using the good name of that religion to hide their dirty practice.
Go ahead. That's right. Well said. Well said.
I'm exposed.
Just like there are some people faking to be Muslim.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Christians too. Yes, sir.
You know, most of us who ain't one with God, you know, most of us got a lot of religion.
Come on.
I'm gonna say that again.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead, brother.
If you ain't become, I don't know about you. Let me just teach on Tony Brown. I am not yet one with Allah.
Yes, sir.
I have vices that I know about that I'm working on every day on that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Praise be to
I
Allah.
have some demons that was downloaded into me that I went in agreement with.
Yes, sir.
Think,
And I'm trying to break those agreements.
think about it. Think
And
about
that's
it.
what Jesus said.
Yes, sir.
I come to break your agreements with hell.
Yes, sir.
You said it.
You know, some of us, when we got bad motives, you know, brothers, some of us,
Yes,
brothers,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Come on, point out
and we meet women and you don't really want them to know.
your business.
you
Look at you. Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother.
Wake us up.
Something else you have in mind. She know you're a Muslim, but then you skew the kind of Muslim you are, and you start teaching your law.
Please.
Yo, Lord.
Yes, sir.
Hoping she don't find out about the real Islam until you finish your religion.
Please.
Come on. My God.
I'm going to leave that alone.
Yes, sir.
Just wanted you to see my point. Right? What happened? Oh, my point came off?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
That's a good brother. Pointing out things. Now, I want to say this. The black community, the brown community,
Yes, sir.
our Asian families, the Native Americans, we really should get Caucasian people out of our business.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I didn't say hate them, just who the hell are you on?
Right.
To dictate who our leaders are.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The Nation of Islam, look, this is what you should say to them. I don't know a lot about the Nation of Islam. All I know is them brothers are some good brothers. Them sisters, they good people.
Right.
I don't know what you all know about the nation, but I know that when we are hurting in the hood, they come.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Every time.
See? So I don't need some rabbis or the Jewish synagogues and the Simon Wiesenthal.
Yeah.
We don't need you in Hollywood looking over into South Central
Go ahead.
telling us who our leaders are.
Teach.
That's right. Get out of our business.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The Mexican community should say the same. The Asian community should say the same. That's right. Right?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Look at how bold they have gotten. Our brother LeBron James.
Teach on that.
He just tweeted some lyrics
Harmless.
from a rapper. What's the rapper's name?
21 Savage.
21 Savage?
Yes, sir.
Yes, probably if I don't know people's name, I ain't in there as rap as I should be. I come out of the funk era.
Go ahead. Yeah, man.
That genre, I'm with you. You know what I mean? I go with you some Parliament and some Commodore.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Some tap band.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That one come out, see?
Yes, sir.
They still there.
Go ahead, man.
The enemy knows spiritually what time it is.
Right.
Yes, sir.
They know that in our genetic makeup, we have a spiritual alarm clock that will go off.
Wow. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Come on.
Because we are living at a time that God is present. The enemy know God is present. Do you know they've always been watching us to see who the Messiah is?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Remember J. Edgar Hoover, what was his fear?
Go ahead.
He feared that there would be a rise of a black Messiah. And
Go
they've
ahead.
been looking at us. He thought it was M.L. King.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, he did. He thought it was Stokely Carmichael.
Jeez.
See, God tricked them. He put all of lookalikes out there.
Go ahead, go ahead.
They didn't know that a son was being nurtured.
Go
They're
ahead.
dealing with him now. He's called Farrakhan.
Go ahead. Yes, sir.
They've been looking for God too. They read the scripture. They
Yes,
know
sir.
God said he's coming.
Come on.
That's right.
They've been looking. They look for him to be black. God tricked them. Master Farrakhan Muhammad. He fooled them.
That's right. That's right.
He showed up looking like a white man.
Go ahead.
Right?
Cross them up.
Coming in and out of America.
Yes, sir.
20 years before he made himself known.
Yes, sir.
Teach that history, brother.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
So, LeBron James,
Come on.
the king.
Right.
Big J.
I'm asking those that are listening, let's not let them. Here's the man, LeBron James. What did he say? Want to get some of that Jew money?
That's it. That's all he said.
That hurt y'all?
That's a compliment. Come on.
Okay. The man said, I just want to get some of that Jew money. Then when he explained it, he said, damn, I was trying to compliment him.
Right.
Yes, sir.
See? You mean to tell me you took my compliment as pain? Then look at them, they're so powerful. They made King James apologize.
Woo.
That's right. And what that brother called? $21.
Savage.
21
Savage. 21 Savage.
His name, 21 Savage?
Yes, sir. 21 of them.
Well, he's right. Why did Musa have a hard time?
What other
Because they were savage.
Go ahead.
Savage means a person that is what? Living a beast
Life. Go ahead.
That's us.
That's it. That's it.
The brother called himself 21 Savage. You made a man apologize for complimenting you.
Wow.
Think about that.
Who the real savage?
Bust it open, brother.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Y'all ready for class?
Yes, sir.
Our brother, I wanna show my love.
Yes, sir.
I love the team called the Nation of Islam.
Yes, sir.
Look at our team. Ain't nothing like a team when we line up and walk through the community 100 deep, 150
Go ahead.
deep. What a team! What a
Go
team.
ahead.
A team where every player is important. Even the water boy.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Teach on that.
Even
Teach
the
on
water
that.
boy got power because he comes in with the plays
Go ahead. Go ahead.
and the refreshments.
That's right.
That's right.
Can't make
I
it
mean, what a
without.
team.
Come on.
I pray that in the Nation of Islam, that Almighty God, Allah, removes out of our spirit envy.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Come on. Fear.
There's so much talent in the nation, but if you still leaning toward niggerdom,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
you will envy your sister because God has given her a gift that she has found out and she's using it and you ain't using yours.
Right.
Wow. Yes, sir.
My God.
So your insecurity about your gift is so low that you want to bring her down because she's confident with her.
Right.
Think of that.
Teach.
Think of that.
Come on.
I love student minister Dimitri Muhammad, Brother
Yes, sir.
Elias,
Yes, sir.
the minister's research team. I love me some Minister Ishmael Oliver.
Yes, sir.
Love it. They're part of the team. I love me some Abdul Sharif.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Everybody can't be the same kind of basketball player.
Go ahead.
Love me some Christopher Muhammad. I love me some Hafiz Muhammad. I
Go ahead.
love me some Abdul Halim Muhammad. I love our team.
Yes, sir.
And I love the sixth man coming off the bench.
Come on.
Me.
Go ahead.
Our brother Dimitri Muhammad gave a beautiful defense of our leader, teacher. A man, in my opinion, is like a Lord to me.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
can say my Lord.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Huh? This Jewish woman by the name of Jane Eisner, wrote something, but our brother gave a defense. We all knew as Farrakhan.
Yes.
That's right. And we don't fear the censor of any censorer.
No, sir. No, sir.
We don't care what nobody say about the nation.
Right.
If you do, you shouldn't be in the nation.
Yes. Go ahead.
When the enemy is talking about any member of the nation, why would you agree with the enemy?
Teach. Man. Come on.
They're saying damnable things about a lot of us.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
They're saying things about me. They're saying things about Minister Ishmael. They're saying things. Why would you read that and believe it? And when the Holy Quran said, why wouldn't you think better of your brother?
Right.
Come on.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You're lying.
Trumpet.
Okay. Now, I want to set this up.
Yes, sir.
Okay, why they, it ain't on, I'm about to. Now, remember last week?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. Wow.
Remember this demon?
Yes, sir.
I had to watch my language, y'all. If I get it wrong, y'all can straighten me, all right?
Not the way.
Just want to set it up, the defense.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here's a demon, Caucasian man. Lord McCullough's address to the British Parliament. I showed you this last week.
Yes, sir.
2nd of February, 1835.
Come on.
Look at what he said before. Well, ain't before, but look at what he said in 1835 about the spirit of African people.
Teach.
He said, I have traveled across the length and breadth of what? Africa. I have not seen one person who is a beggar.
Think about
Who's a what?
Beggar.
Who is a thief? Who is a what?
Thief.
Now, look at it. 1835. I've traveled across the length, and the breadth of Africa, and I have not seen one person who's a beggar. I know that's hard for you to imagine because we see them all dead.
Right.
He's giving you, I saw the original man in his original condition.
Go ahead.
I have not seen one person who's a beggar, who is a thief. Such wealth have I seen in this country. That's what they had their hour.
That's right. From the start.
Such wealth have I seen in this country. Look at what else he said. Such what?
High.
Moral values.
Wow.
How did we get so low?
Think about it.
People of such caliber that I do not think we would ever conquer this country unless we break the very backbone of this nation. Which is, now you're giving us a backbone,
Teach.
Which is her spiritual and cultural heritage.
Think about it. Think.
And therefore, look at what he's proposing. I propose that we replace her. We replace her old and ancient education system, her culture. For if the African think that all that is foreign and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem.
That's right. My God.
Their native culture. And they will become what we want them to. Truly dominated nation.
My God.
That's the motive.
That's right.
Y'all with me?
Yes, sir.
A certain people went down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell amongst thieves.
Go ahead. Wow.
Then in the book of Luke, then he said, and they wounded them in their head, killed their education system. That would leave them half dead, and they stole our raiment. They was after the wealth.
Go ahead.
Break it down, brother.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Here's how they found us. See, the book of Deuteronomy picks up what he just said.
Yes, sir.
Now, let me ask you a question, student.
Yes, sir.
What did he say he did not find in Africa?
A beggar.
What else?
Thief.
He said, I didn't even see a beggar. I didn't see a thief. But I did see wealth. He said, I saw high moral values, right? Then he said, we got to break the backbone, which is their spiritual and cultural heritage. I propose that we replace. Do what?
Replace.
Do what?
Replace.
Replace what?
Her old and ancient
education system. Her culture.
Go ahead.
Did they do it?
Yes, sir.
This is how they found us spiritually and mentally. We had our own names. Kunta. Bakari, Nala, Kwame, Shabbat, Hakim, Halim.
Come on, call them off, brother.
Right?
Yes, sir.
We had our own names. We had our own religious system. Yoruba, Islam, animism. We had our own culture. Colorful colors, weaving, music, drums, See, we had our own language, Hebrew, Swahili, different language.
Come on.
We had to break their backbones, and then you gave us a false God.
Go ahead.
A false image. You gave us Christianity. You gave us Catholicism. You made some of us atheists. You gave us Judaism. See, break their backbones. I changed your name. Now you Johnson. Now you William. Now you Culpeper. I took your language. So whichever white group dominated you, you start speaking their language. English, Spanish, French. Huh? I took from you ever looking for your culture. I gave you Christmas. I gave you Easter. I gave you Halloween. Look at what Deuteronomy said. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Deuteronomy, what chapter?
7.
What verse?
4.
God talking.
Come on, brother.
For they. For what?
They.
Who is they? Israel. For they will turn away thy sons from following me. Interesting. They. What did he say we have to do? Come on, y'all. Break what? Which is their, so if he said, which is her spiritual God. Take that God.
That's right. That's what they did.
Did they do it?
Yes, sir.
I just want to take my time.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Look, for they will turn away thy sons from following me, that they may serve other gods. Look at what God says. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly.
Yes, sir.
Now, how else did he say do it? We got to come at them and change their cultural heritage, meaning we got to make them express another kind of culture.
Come on.
Think about it.
Western.
Brother and sister, y'all ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Do you know, sis, every prostitute in the black community, every sister who have lowered herself to a sexual standard?
Come on. Bring them up, brother minister.
Wow.
Bring them up.
Every black woman who have made yourself, your hair,
Come on.
your
Come
eyes,
on. Wake them up.
and everything you expressing, you're trying to kind of have some of Heather in you.
Come on.
Teach.
Think.
What the hell?
Come on now.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
We are taught and we know that every act in the black community, every messed up expression you see, we have been socially engineered to be
Yes,
there.
sir. Yes, sir.
Keep on engineering.
By some very wise, high-level, Satanistic scientists.
Come on.
I mean, what I love about the white man, he'll admit it in your face, and then it's hard for you to believe it.
Right. That's it. That's it.
Magician.
This is why they're mad at the nation, because we want white people to answer for this.
Right.
Come on. That's right.
Because we're still under this curse.
That's right.
So now they want LeBron James, or not wanting, he did it. He got scared. He apologized.
Right.
That's good. That shows you the good heart of
Right.
that brother.
That's right.
Smart.
But here's my question. Who the hell going to apologize to us?
Right. Go ahead.
Go to researchminister.com. Get these articles. I sent this to LeBron James
Oh, yes, sir. He needed it.
to give him something while he has now apologized for not even criticizing Jewish people. He tried to honor them.
Go ahead.
There's an article called The Deadly Anti-Black Weaponization of Popular Culture, but no one apologizes to the hood.
Right.
See? In this article, Too Short, and some of the other artists, when they met with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, they told him, Brother Minister, when we try to get cultures, rap lyrics, and we take it to the Jewish record labels and A&R directors, they redirect us to raunchy stuff.
That's right. That's right.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me go back in case you forgot. What did this demon say?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
We gotta break them. Her culture. Break the culture. Well, how do you break us from our culture? By giving us another one.
Right.
Look at what he said. According to West Coast legend and hip hop icon Too Short, he was moving in the direction of changing his lyrics to publish what he called a positive or uplifting album that he believed would be good for the community. And a departure from some of his earlier work.
Think about it. Think about it.
Beautiful. But Executive Barry Wise, Jew,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Very wise.
encourage him not to do it. Come on, LeBron James. Come on, black entertainers. Line up behind Minister Farrakhan and let's make the Jews apologize. Look at what they say. Mr. Y, and I'm not going to, no, this is him. I'm not going to blame this on anybody, but I was actually being pushed into a direction where I would talk to people at Jive Records. I would go to talk to the president, Barry Wise. And he was like, I always wanted to do these side projects like the E40 duet album, which was one they never would let me do.
Right.
I wanted to do a whole album of positive 2 short songs just to keep that balance. I made a verbal deal with Barry Wise where he was like, right now, right now would be the perfect time. You should do like the raunchiest 2 short albums ever.
Wow. The
album cover, the song, just do a dirty effing, thank you, because I almost 2 short album. This is what this demon is saying.
Come on.
Here's a man that want to do something to uplift the black community, and this demon said no.
Do some dirt.
Do the raunchiest. Do just a dirty effing 2 short album. This is the executive running the company advising me to put out an entire album of just cursing and sex. 2 short album.
Come on.
Think about it.
Think on that. Where is the NAACP?
Come on. In they
Where
pocket.
is the SCLC?
Come on.
Huh? We should go to the next basketball game and say, LeBron, take your apology back.
Yes.
That's right. And please tell me these Jews, now, remember, brothers and sisters, there is a Jewish tradition within their culture.
Go ahead.
Please listen.
Go ahead.
There is, you know how you get baptized
Go ahead.
when you was a Christian?
Right.
You know, the day you was getting baptized that morning, you know, you hit a joint. You went to the preacher, and he took you in this pool of water. Didn't know you couldn't swim.
Right.
It's a ritual, right?
Yes, sir.
And he dipped you 3 times.
Come on.
In the name of the Father that you don't know.
Right.
In the name of his Son. And in the name of his Spirit. He dipped you. That's a ritual to try to get God in you.
Right.
Do you know the Jews have a ritual where they try to get their sins out of them and put it in something else?
Right.
Jewish people have a ritual where they take a goat.
That's right. Bend it.
That's where the term scapegoat comes from.
Right.
And they whisper all of their sins into the ear of a goat taken to the wilderness of North America.
Go ahead.
See, black people, we are in the condition of a goat.
Yes, sir.
Or a sheep who's easily led.
Teach.
And do you know when sheep go to slaughter, they put a goat there to lead the sheep to slaughter?
Think about it.
That's right.
Wow.
Bust it open, brother minister.
So they whisper all of their sins. See, all of the damnable things that they want to do themselves, they whisper it into a goat. So all the damnable things they don't want to do, they whisper it into an artist.
Right.
Come on.
Then send the artists back into the wilderness of the black community, and they start carrying out what they have whispered to Too Short and to 21 Savage. That's his dude's name?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's 21 Savage, right?
Yes, sir.
I got to get with you, 21,
Yes, sir.
and let you know you ain't no savage.
Come on.
Right.
That's not your nature.
Go ahead.
We got to change that name.
That's right.
21 Savage.
Come on.
We're going to change that name to 21 Days to Break a Bad Habit. Now, I'm asking the black community. I'm going to meet with some of the black leaders, and I want to lead a protest to all the record labels.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, you got quiet.
Come on. Come on.
Sony.
I think we should lead a protest. We should go and sit down with the execs and all of these labels saying you owe the black community, you owe the brown community, you owe us an apology for making whores out of our people, for making pimps out of our people.
That's right.
You have helped to push drugs on our people.
Go ahead.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Beat the cake. Beat the cake.
Look, I mean, these are the Jews.
Yes, sir.
When it's clear, it becomes quite clear when you look closer at the music trends and trends in popular culture, just how dangerous it is for those outside the black community to be in control of our music, our culture, to be in control of our what?
Music and culture.
Because when they're in control, what do they want to do? This. This is what they want to do. That's why we can't get them to control. One would think that Jews in the music industry would be guided by the principles of the Torah.
You would think. Go ahead.
That's what you would think.
Right.
The Torah says that music should be about the praise of God
Come on. Come on.
and the promotion of righteousness.
Come on.
Yet, powerful Jewish music industry moguls such as Cohen's, Brofman, Wise, and the late Heller have presided over a musical form of expression that is in total opposition to the ideas of music found in the Torah.
That's right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
So, Brother LeBron, we got to sit with you, Chief. We got to equip you with enough truth that you can beat back those who are trying to censor what you say.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I believe one day that our black athletes gonna flip on this slave.
Yes, sir.
It's too much Farrakhan spirit in the athletes. I believe one day that the modern day gladiators are gonna turn on Pharaoh.
Go ahead. Teach.
Football and basketball.
I believe that some of our entertainers is about to flip.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
Go cold and pop.
Now, real quick, brothers and sisters, this brother's defense.
Yes, sir.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to start with that piece because it's all out on social media that LeBron James and 21 Savage apologized for making a positive statement towards Jewish people.
Wow.
This is why they hate Brother Farrakhan.
That's right. That's right.
So Brother Dimitri, in his article, he wrote an article to this woman. Her name is Jane Eisner. I just want to read it because he presents such a beautiful defense. All we got to do is read what he has said.
Right.
See? He writes these words. I have read your column that you published yesterday on forward.com. Brother Dimitri says, your article calling for the public censor of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is offensive to black people in America.
That's right. Go ahead.
Is that true?
Yes, sir.
It should be.
Yes, sir.
Why would you want Minister Farrakhan to be censored and you don't censor the president?
Go ahead. Teach.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Now, let's look at this word censor right quick.
Yes, sir.
Censor. One of the definitions is strong or vehement expression of disapproval. An official reprimand as by a legislative body. To criticize or report or reproach in a harsh and vehement manner. To give censor, adverse criticism, disapproval, or blame.
Wow.
What you blaming Minister Farrakhan for?
Come on. Think about it.
Look, family, I want to give you something to fight back with.
Yes, sir.
To those that are listening, when people say something about Minister Farrakhan, ask them to prove it.
That's right.
Suggestion.
Don't let them say Farrakhan called Jews anti-Semitic. You should say, show me where he said it. Show me everything he said it, and let's fact check it.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, if you fact check Minister Farrakhan, you'll find out he's telling the truth. Since y'all like to fact check,
Go
why
ahead.
you never fact check Farrakhan?
Go ahead.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Look, Brother Demetrius said after 60 years of tried and true leadership and service to the black community, we stand with Minister Farrakhan.
Come on.
Sir.
Look, if you're not in the nation, you should stand with Minister Farrakhan. We stand with Minister Farrakhan and will not give up
No, sir.
our love of support and solidarity with our beloved minister.
Come on. Come on.
He's talking to Miss Eisner. You may see him as your enemy, but I want you to know that he is our beloved minister.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
He belongs to us, and we belong to him. And I'm speaking for 40 to 50 million black people in America.
Go ahead.
They didn't give us Minister Farrakhan, God did. He said, Allah gave him to us.
Go ahead.
Because of what America and its all-encompassing society of oppression and subjugation of black people did to render us a people bound inside, a veritable furnace of affliction. So please understand, from this day forward, that when you condemn Minister Farrakhan, you are condemning all of us.
Yes. Go ahead.
When you call for his public exile, you are calling for the exile of all of us.
Come on. Come on.
When you call for his removal from the public sphere, you are calling for our removal from the public sphere.
Go ahead.
Because we are Farrakhan.
Yes. Go ahead. Sir.
I mean, how can you kill a man like Farrakhan when he done put his spirit in us?
Go ahead. No.
You thought you killed Nat Turner. You didn't kill him. You thought you got rid of Harriet Tubman. Her spirit, their spirit is alive.
Go ahead.
Encompassed in one man. And he's putting it in us.
Go ahead.
Now, look at, he goes on to write. Ain't that's a beautiful human being.
Yes, sir.
Brother Demetrius said, Louis Farrakhan is more than just an individual person or man. He is a people.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
He is the spirit and animating force for liberation inside of black America.
Go ahead.
See?
Being strong.
Where did you come from, Brother Farrakhan? I came out of the fiery furnace of affliction of this devil.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
You
Come on.
thought you had removed God from us.
No, sir.
He gave you a time. He gave you a respite. He said, go on, Satan, do what you need to do. But I'm going to put you to rest on the 6th day.
That's
Go
what he
ahead.
said.
Go ahead.
On the 7th day. I ain't getting y'all too dizzy.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Look, he is our heart. I don't know about you, Brother Farrakhan is our heart and soul.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Minister Farrakhan, when he's out there dealing on CNN, CBS, even the house Negroes be cheering for him.
Go ahead.
And they washing dishes. The waitress that be serving white people hear the minister say, "Get him, minister."
Go ahead.
Y'all white people forget, we tuck y'all in.
Right.
We clean up your house.
Be careful. Yes,
Minister
sir.
Farrakhan is the heart and soul. So even the scared to death Negro love Farrakhan.
Yes, sir.
The mailman love Farrakhan. The prostitutes love Minister Farrakhan.
Go ahead.
The gang members love Farrakhan.
Yes.
The
Back.
Christians love Farrakhan.
Back.
He ain't telling you.
Go ahead.
He is the personification and embodiment of the huddled masses of our black enslaved ancestors. Come on. Ooh, that Dimitri can write.
Go ahead.
I sure wish I could write like that. But I don't have to, he do.
That's right.
That's a T.
Huh? He is the personification and embodiment of the huddled masses of our black enslaved ancestors who yearn to breathe free of the lash of the overseer.
Woo.
Who yearn, now look at this, who yearn to breathe free of the lash of the overseer's whip and to be free of the chains of chattel bondage.
Come on.
Every time the overseer was hitting our women with a whip,
Go
he
ahead.
cried out to God.
Go ahead.
Every time they castrated a black man, he cried out to God. That prayer went up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Out of God's immutable law, he took all of that pain and put that spirit in one man.
Go ahead.
That's who he is.
Yes, sir.
The scientific exploration of bondage, through the scientific exploration of human genome, genes, we're going to get into that.
Yes, sir.
It has been discovered that there is such a phenomenon in human biology known as epigenetics.
Teach.
Called what?
Epigenetics.
Good students.
Yes, sir.
We don't know what that means.
Let's go.
Here's the definition. Simply put, epigenetics is the study within the field of genetic research that has documented that when people suffer trauma,
Come on.
the trauma and the suffering leave markers and imprints on the cellular structure
Yes,
of that
sir.
people.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's deep. Genome, a full set of chromosomes, all the inheritable traits of an organism.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right? Epigenetics.
Yes, sir.
See, simply put, when you beat somebody and you do that for years,
Go ahead.
they develop a cell.
Go ahead.
These markers carry the effects of the environmental dangers, pain, agony, and abuse on down into the subsequent generations of the suffering people's offspring. God.
Come on now.
See, so when you was if your granddaddy was a buck dancing Negro in the big house, he developed some buck dancing offspring.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
But them field Negroes who was out there talking about killing the slaves.
Go ahead.
Them field Negroes who hated the house Negro and the white Negro.
Go ahead.
They was developing children too.
Teach.
So every time they got hit with a whip, they was sitting there saying, I'm gonna get that crack. That's why we call him a cracker. That word comes from the overseer who cracked us with a whip.
Yes, sir.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Some of y'all are falling asleep. That means that there's some words and something I've said you don't understand. Go on, Brother Demetrius.
Yes,
Give
sir.
good news, brother.
When applied to black history in America, this area of bioscience helped one to understand where Louis Farrakhan comes from.
That's right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Look at this. His mouth is the mouth that our muted and traumatized ancestors could not have.
That's right.
Thank you, Allah, for producing a soldier for black
Yes, sir.
people, for brown people, for Asian
Go ahead.
people, even for some Minister Farrakhan is even for the oppressed whites.
Go ahead. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it.
Come on. Teach that truth.
If they knew what was good for
We don't
them.
want to think about that right now. Go on, Demetrius. And traumatized ancestors could not have. Okay. It is loud, meaning his mouth.
Yes, sir.
Bold.
Yes, sir.
And stinging. In its condemnation of our enemies.
Yes, sir. That's right.
See, when Farrakhan speak, it's loud.
Oh,
It's bold.
sting.
It's what?
Sting.
It stings white people.
That whip.
That truth hurts a liar.
Right.
See, the Bible says it like this: as you have done,
Man.
so shall. See, we're not even hitting you with a whip, we're hitting you with truth.
Yes.
So his words sting the liars.
Go ahead.
See, his courage is the fearlessness that our enslaved ancestors possessed, but had to tamp down as they were forced to choose between standing up for themselves or being murdered by the slave master.
My God.
Farrakhan, his rebuke of his enemies of black people is the rebuke that the slaves had no power to openly express outside of their shanty slave quarters.
Go ahead.
You know, we go back to the slave quarter, we cussing white folks out.
Right. To this day. Go ahead.
White people don't even realize when we come back to the hood, we be talking about y'all like a dog. Then we get around y'all, yes sir, yes sir.
Buck down.
Yes, sir.
Oh, this is beautiful, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Brother, we have to give Brother Demetrius another. Brother Demetrius said, he speaks from the mountaintop. What they could only murmur in hush, harbors, and private settings. Our ancestors' suffering produced Louis Farrakhan.
That's right.
Their spirit. And I love my people who are lesbians, homosexuals,
Come on.
transgender.
Think about it.
This is his word.
Think about it.
Don't make no difference, I love you. But I have to teach you that which will make us more pleasing in the sight of God.
Go ahead.
Because his wrath now is coming down on America and the world.
Yes, sir.
And if you're not on the right side, you will receive a terrible chastisement.
It's true. Straight out the scripture.
Look at what the minister said. I love my people who are lesbian. Then Brother Demetrius says to Miss Eisner, please identify Miss Eisner where the bigotry is and what the minister has said.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
If you are a Jew,
Come
if
on.
you are a what?
Jew.
Then you recognize what the minister is saying as being consistent
Right.
with the content and sentiment of the Torah,
Go ahead.
the Jewish books of Scripture.
Come on now.
I would think you would agree with minister's position of what practices are approved of and disapproved of by Yahweh Jehovah, the God of Israel.
Woo!
Here she go, just in case you see it. Don't you leave her alone. I know who I'm talking to.
Right.
LA gangsters. She has a right to her opinion. She's just a liar.
Right.
That's right.
So when you see us, hey, Miss Eisner, liar. Miss Eisner, you wrote, Louis Farrakhan, leader of the Nation of Islam, is an unrepentant bigot.
Wow.
His hatred of and disdain of Jews, gay men and lesbians, trans people, and white people in general is consistent and unwavering. It forms the basis of his prophecy. You know, and then they ask you, well, what's the biggest?
Right.
It's like somebody that's too big for something.
Made that up.
He out of his place. And with that Ebonic definition,
Go ahead.
the hood don't know what a bigot is.
That's right.
Okay, let's read the definition of a bigot. A person who is intolerant toward those holding different opinions.
Think about it.
How is Minister Farrakhan that when we had a 1 million man march and everybody with an opinion had something?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Good point.
So, Brother Dimitri, get him, Brother Dimitri. He says that definition doesn't fit Minister Farrakhan
At all.
at all, and you know it ain't gonna work. The minister called for a 1 million man march. He never set precondition on what opinions or beliefs that those men needed to possess
Go ahead.
in order to answer the divine call to come to Washington, D.C. October 16, 1945.
95. Yes, sir.
I'm just checking to see if y'all.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Well, I fixed that.
Go ahead.
That was that. Your alarm I was talking. I said 1945.
45 million man.
Something did happen in 1945.
Go ahead.
I got a picture. I got to go back. All right. October 16, 1995. For that glorious day of atonement.
Yes, sir.
Check this out. In fact, 80% of the 1 million plus men in attendance were of various Christian denominations.
Facts. Facts. All facts.
That predominate the black communities of America.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
See, so how can he be a bigot when 80% of the people who came were Christian? That means he wouldn't have been tolerant of them.
Right.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, he was, sir.
And since.
And since you want to say minister is a bigot and can't tolerate folks who have different opinions, you should know that in a report titled How African American Men View Various African American Leadership Types, Findings from the 1 Million Man March. Y'all ready for this?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. This study was done by Joseph P. McCormick. He's the associate professor at Penn State, York campus. We find that among those in attendance on the day of the 1 Million Man March, Louis Farrakhan, who initiated this event, not surprisingly, had a higher proportion of respondents who saw him as very important
Yes, sir.
than any of the individuals about whom a question on leadership importance was asked. Listen to this. About 83% of the respondents, when asked about the leadership importance of Farrakhan and others, rated the head of the Nation of Islam as being very important.
Yes, sir.
How many percentage?
83%.
83% of 1.8 black men
1.8 million. Yes, sir.
said that Minister Farrakhan leadership is very important.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What did I say?
1.8.
That's, see, I just need to know that y'all listen.
Yes, sir.
1.8 million. Thank you for the correction.
Yes, sir.
Man, I must be drunk today.
No, you all right? Spirit, brother.
Drunk with the spirit.
Yes, sir.
Look, how many million?
1.8 million.
83% of them said, according to this report, believe Minister Farrakhan's leadership is very important.
Yes,
so
sir.
how's he intolerant when 83% of the men that are non-Muslim follow him?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Look, Reverend Jesse Jackson got 73%.
Come on.
At that time, Secretary of State Colin Powell, 70%.
Come on.
Even old Clarence Thomas had 20%.
Damn.
This is what they don't like. Because we have a lesson that talks about the 85%.
Right. Come on now.
Think of that. Right, exact.
The 10% don't like that he's teaching the 85%.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So he goes on to say, Miss Eisner, by your logic, you are suggesting that this large representative sampling of black America that came at the call of the Honorable Louis Farrakhan came to follow and proclaim the importance of obedience.
Got him. Come on now.
Wow. I guess you feel that black America, by and large, is full of bigotry.
Wow.
Come on, come on, come on.
That is astonishing. Nothing could be further from the truth.
Right.
Where's the picture?
Good teaching. I think we dealt with that.
Yes, sir.
Now, he ain't important, right? Look at this woman. This is, y'all know who this is?
Right.
That's Fox. Minister Farrakhan, she was like, you know, he ain't important.
Right, right.
We know now that Minister Farrakhan frequently trends in Twitter and throughout social media.
That's right.
This is an objective indicator that he is certainly not a figment of the past.
Come on. Come on.
His visit to our dear sister Aretha Franklin's funeral proved to you that our beloved minister has deep roots
Yes,
among
sir.
black people and is still strong and mighty in terms of magnetism and opinion.
Yes, sir.
Farrakhan will never be irrelevant in the black community.
Never.
Not as long as we got something to do. Right? Where did I end? Okay. He goes on to say, so much so that in 2013, Abraham who?
Fox.
80 up.
Told, I think it's called Haaretz magazine, that the only leadership that now exists in that community,
That could be.
the African American community, is Louis Farrakhan.
That's right.
He hates the minister.
Right.
But they know they have gotten rid of any effect of any other black organization to come and stand up against them except Louis Farrakhan.
That's right.
Also, routinely, when surveys are conducted, Minister Farrakhan's approval rating and ranking of importance is great in the black community.
That's right.
Just a year ago, the Rasmussen report. Who in the hell is Rasmussen? The Rasmussen report conducted a survey that showed that among the black electorate, more than 50% approve of Minister Farrakhan.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I close. Come on now. Thank you, Brother Dimitri.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But Brother Dimitri's on the court, man. I mean, he hitting three-pointers.
Yes, sir.
He's stealing the ball. Look. Brother Dimitri said, and truth be told, many of the critics of Minister Farrakhan have so much hatred in their hearts for the truth that he speaks that they want to end his life. It's written in the Quran.
Yes, sir.
As the Holy Quran says, vehement hatred has already appeared from out of their mouth.
Go ahead.
and that which their hearts conceal is greater still. That's in the Holy Quran 3 and 118. Look at what he said. Y'all know this man?
Yes, sir.
That's God in person.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Y'all know this man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Check out what he said. The God of Louis Farrakhan is Malik Yom.
Yes, sir.
Master of this day of judgment. And he protects him and encourages him to deliver his divine message where it reads, "Oh, messenger, deliver that which has been revealed to thee from thy Lord. And if thou do it not, thou hast not delivered his message, and Allah will protect thee from me."
Go ahead.
You can't touch Farrakhan.
No, sir.
I dare you in the Jewish community, you satanic forces in that community.
Go ahead.
I dare the government in the name of God.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
We know you're going to arrest Minister Farrakhan. Brothers and sisters, I mean, the minister laid some stuff on me. I can't tell you everything.
Go ahead, brother.
Yes, sir.
They are getting ready to come out with females.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
That same, I believe it's going to be that same cable channel, A&E.
Yes, sir.
God.
Come on now. Come on.
See,
Don't believe the hype.
they have socially engineered and drew from the pain of women.
Yes,
Go ahead.
sir.
Go ahead. Using them. Using them.
There's a law in America that's written in the Constitution that's saying even when you are arrested, there is the presumption of what?
Guilt. Guilt.
Innocence.
Right. Really guilt.
Until proven what?
Guilty.
There's a presumption. You're supposed to assume or be a presumption that that person is innocent.
We do the opposite.
The way they have tapped into the pain, the natural pain, the real pain of women.
That's right.
They have now made it to where if a woman comes out and says, "I was raped by that man," there's millions of women who's going to agree with her without vetting. Come on.
Right. No proof.
Wow. Yes, sir. That's true.
Look at what they're doing to their own. Look at what they did to Judge Kavanaugh. You don't realize that's a precursor to Farrakhan.
Right. Do it to their own.
They tested the water. So what if A&E, what if CNN, CBS have some sisters with headpieces on saying Farrakhan raped me?
Come on. Think about it. Think about it.
You gonna believe it? No. Hold on. They might start crying.
Right. Uh-huh.
Cause you know you can be some sucker for some tears.
Right.
And what you have to be careful of, they may speak to your pain
Go ahead.
and trigger something in you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because you haven't had the courage to accuse those who raped you.
Wise devil. Wise devil. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
They may say I was in the nation and he did this and he did that and they've already tested the water. How many millions of women gonna march on the nation?
Go ahead. Think about it.
Wow.
Good question.
Come on. Come on.
As he was telling me things, I'm crying like a baby.
Go ahead.
Come on.
That the floodgates are gonna come. Sisters in the nation and brothers, we gotta get fortified in our
Yes.
beliefs.
Go ahead.
You gotta get fortified. I don't care. I know Minister Farrakhan. I don't know about you.
Go
If
ahead.
a woman came out saying that about me, she might be right. But him, you a damn liar.
Yes. Go ahead.
I know my leader. That man, Farrakhan, have pulled the abuse I had for women off me.
Go ahead.
I slip every now and then.
Hey, brother.
My
ahead.
wife got a thing in the house called a corrector.
Teach
a
on
pipe.
that. Pipe squad. Go ahead.
Pipe dreams.
You know you sleep hard.
Right. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
Brother and sister, even if they say something about a member of the nation, don't you believe it?
Right. Yes, you harm
Even
people
if
in
it's
ignorance.
right, so that's why we're in this hospital.
Right.
That's why we're at the mosque, because all of us are sick.
Go ahead.
They may show you brothers running out of a bank. Say, fine, I hope they got away.
Right.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Well, y'all got quiet.
Yes, sir. All facts.
Sisters, don't you believe what they're about to put out?
Right.
No, sir.
Because I'm telling you, it may be some sisters you know.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Your friends. Come on.
He said, wait, brother, wait. Many of you gonna shake in your boots.
Come on.
Come on.
And those of you who've been looking for a reason to lead a nation anyway, you're gonna be giving it to
Wow.
This is why this year in our Savior's Day gift, we should show the world why we love Farrakhan.
That's right.
This is why those of you who are listening through social media, go to NOI.org, go and give a donation to a black man that gave it all to you.
That's right. Go ahead.
Will you stand for Farrakhan?
Yes, sir.
Prove it, then stand up. Thank you, and may Allah bless you as I greet you in peace. Thank you, wow. Brothers and sisters,
Yes, sir, brother.
again, don't believe what you hear by the press
That's right.
about us. Let me say to the thousands of people who listen every week via social media,
Yes,
there's a
sir.
group in the Philippines,
Yes, sir.
there's a group in Ghana, there's a group in Central and South America
Yes, sir.
who want to start a nation of Islam.
Facts.
Because of what we've been teaching.
Facts. Facts.
I gotta be honest.
Come on, brother minister.
Inside of the nation of Islam, we get the worst of our people.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
We bring them into the manufacturing plant called mosques.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
We came in crazy as hell.
Yes, yes. Come on, brother minister.
Who in here came perfect?
No,
I don't
not.
know about you. When I walked in them doors, I was crazy as hell.
Yes, sir.
Me too.
Weed in one pocket, cocaine in the next.
Come on.
They know what you're talking
I
about.
hear the bottle, look in the car.
Crazy, brother.
Go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
really.
Crazy stuff.
Teach.
I came in the nation with a hatred of black people.
Wow.
I came in the nation with a distrust of black people.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I came in the nation with pains from my mama telling me as a boy, you ain't gonna be nothing.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You just like your no good dad. I had all that up in me.
Yes, sir. Come on. Teach you on the medicine.
And I'm in the nation practicing my Islam and believe that some brothers like me would rub me the wrong way. So should I fall out and blame the whole nation?
No, sir. No, sir. Listen.
You're gonna run into people in here, we crazy.
Right.
You're gonna shine a bit, they ain't gonna like it.
Right.
They
Come
gonna try
on.
to stop your shine.
You teach.
They the agitators in this washing machine.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You don't know what you made of, it ain't no agitators in here.
Right.
We can get the dirt off of you by being so nice. Dear sister. Sometimes we have to say, sister, follow your buddy.
Go ahead.
And you talking to me. The nation of Islam is a military structure.
Yes.
It is a manufacturing plant that makes men. We can come in here being no weak man.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nation of Islam realigns us and get the sickness of white authority out of us and retrain us to listen to black authority.
That's right. That's
Go ahead.
right.
Go ahead.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
So to hear a black man say, fall in,
Snap.
you snap to it. That
Yes, sir.
scares white folks.
Mhm.
You should do anything that scares them.
Anything.
But inside the nation,
Yes, sir.
in our ranks is an FBI agent.
Yes, sir.
In
Always.
our ranks is a hypocrite.
Always. Yes,
In our
sir.
ranks is a weak believer.
Always. Yes, sir.
In our ranks, even the Jewish community, the ADL said they done sent some paid niggas up in here.
Right. All facts. All facts.
This is why when you come to the nation, look at the written teachings of the nation and not the people in the
Right.
nation.
Come on now. Come
The
on.
writings is what's perfect. Then you apply that writing to yourself and ask God, exorcise me of my demons.
Go ahead.
So even if your brothers are still demonic, you're standing in front of their demonic spirit and you be right.
Go ahead.
As an example that the rest of us can be right.
Yes, sir.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Come on, nation of Islam. Let us stand for Farrakhan. Go for the hype. We are to the black community what the Marine Corps is to America.
Go ahead.
We fight all our enemies, foreign
And domestic. Go ahead.
Thank you for listening. May Allah bless you to join the nation.
Yes, sir.
Whatever city you're listening to and you're not a member of the nation, run to the mosque.
Yes, right.
Run to a study group.
Come on.
Come on and get with Brother Farrakhan.
That's
It's time
right.
now.
It's time.
Come on, line up with the nation.
Go ahead.
So, brothers and sisters, how many of you believe what you heard today to be the truth and good for us as a people?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. How many of you, this is your very first time at a Nation of Islam meeting? Would you raise your hand? Thank you. I hope I didn't scare you.
No, sir.
It's not my intent. My intent, thank you, is just to empower you.
That's right.
There's nothing to fear today,
Nothing.
but fear itself.
That's right.
How many of you, whether it's your first, second, or third time, have not yet made up your mind, but today
Come
you
on.
want to make up your mind and help us build a real nation?
It's time.
We are a nation within a nation.
Yes,
We
sir.
may not have all the trappings that America got, but we're going to get it.
Right. Yes,
We may
sir.
not have all the trappings that London and Great Britain, but we're going to get it.
Right.
See, Allah going to bring all that into fruition. We're going to get a part of LA that we can call Nation Town,
Go ahead.
where the police force is going to be FOI.
Right.
We don't even allow LAPD in. We got it.
That's right.
How many of you now have made up your mind? You ready to stand up?
Come
and
on
join
now.
the nation? Stand up.
Yes, sir.
Stand up. Anybody else? Anybody else? Well, brothers and sisters, I thank you. Those of you who came,
Thank you, Brother Minister.
and those of you who are listening, I'm asking you again, as this broadcast goes by, hang your head ready to say that as we turn off this broadcast.
Yes, sir.
Go to your local mosque in New York. Go to your local mosque in Philadelphia, in Atlanta, in Mississippi, in Memphis. Wherever a mosque is, go join the Nation of Islam.
That's right.
See? And if you don't want to join the Nation of Islam, become an honorary member.
Right.
Just
right.
go buy a bow tie.
Come on. Facts. Yes, sir.
And when white people start talking trash, just put the bow tie on.
Right. Watch them say.
Sister, just go buy a headpiece.
Watch them say.
See?
Right.
When you put that on there, I treat you different.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum again.
Wa alaikum.